I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo and the sexual harassment allegations against him. Now, I've been watching this story over the past few days and weeks from the outside looking in, not paying it a whole lot of attention, but at the same time, not really ignoring it. I saw the first accuser come out, and she said that Cuomo allegedly, and before I go any further, these are all allegations. I don't know if he did it, if he didn't do it. I have no idea. All I know was that there are allegations out there. But anyway, Cuomo allegedly went out of his way to touch the young lady's lower back and their legs and talking about you want to play strip poker. And as far as I know, all the women that are coming against him were former employees and or co-workers of him. All right. So the first lady said that she had been harassed by this man for years. And I presume that she was a staffer, one of his employees. So I saw that first case and I'm like, okay, that's pretty bad, I suppose, if the story is true. But then a second woman came out, a third woman came out, and then Cuomo went pretty much radio silent. And he's come out after 12 days of no press conferences and spoke today. Now, what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and roll that clip. It's about 3.5 minutes long. It's him pretty much apologizing for the allegations against him, but not really admitting to doing anything wrong. After we get done with that, I'll talk about what he said there. Then I give you the rest of my 2 cents, my deep, detailed analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I want to address the recent allegations that have been made against me. As you probably know, the Attorney General is doing an independent review, and I will fully cooperate with that review. Now, the lawyers say I shouldn't say anything when you have a pending review until that review is over. I understand that. I'm a lawyer, too. But I want New Yorkers to hear from me directly on this. First, I fully support a woman's right to come forward. And I think it should be encouraged in every way. I now understand that I acted in a way that made people feel uncomfortable. It was unintentional, and I truly and deeply apologize for it. I feel awful about it, and frankly, I am embarrassed by it. And that's not easy to say, but that's the truth. But this is what I want you to know. And I want you to know this from me directly. I never touched anyone inappropriately. I never touched anyone inappropriately. I never knew at the time that I was making anyone feel uncomfortable. I never knew at the time I was making anyone feel uncomfortable. And I certainly never, ever meant to offend anyone or hurt anyone or cause anyone any pain. That is the last thing I would ever want to do. I ask the people of this state to wait for the facts from the Attorney General's report before forming an opinion. Get the facts, please, before forming an opinion. And the Attorney General is doing that review. I will fully cooperate with it, and then you will have the facts. And make a decision when you know the facts. I also want you to know that I have learned from what has been an incredibly difficult situation for me as well as other people. And I've learned an important lesson. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for whatever pain I caused anyone. I never intended it. And I will be the better for this experience.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, like I said before I started rolling the clip, that's not really an apology as far as an admission of guilt. He is apologizing for how the women feel and how they're taking what he allegedly did, but he's not saying he did anything wrong. He's not saying, yeah, it was sexual harassment, I need to resign or anything like that. As a matter of fact, it's quite the contrary. He said that he's not going to resign because of the allegations. So I think people were anticipating him resigning because before he did the remarks, he said he was going to make an announcement today, which is Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. But the announcement was, I'm sorry for how they feel about what I did, which was appropriate. He said that he does not regret anything that he does or that he did, but he apologizes for how they feel. Now, some of that might be true, all right? I know how Italians are, not all Italians, but them New York Italians, a lot of them, they can kind of get kissy and huggy. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I have seen that. However, there's a couple of things here. Number one, these are not your family members. These ain't your friends. These are your coworkers. I can see if it's your cousins, your aunts, and your dad, your mom, something like that, family members, people that you actually know beyond work. I could see that. But sir, you're at work. Maybe you don't do the kissing and hugging of your subordinates at work. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, how you going to explain the alleged strip poker comment? What's that got to do with being Italian? Is that how you get down? A plate of spaghetti, some matzah, some all this and that, and then be like, hey, you want to get naked? Is that how it goes? Hopefully it does not go that way in an Italian household, all right? Especially not towards your coworkers, your subordinates, your employees. So that's not right. So I don't know about this whole, I didn't know what I was doing. How is that really going to fly when you're talking about the allegation of strip poker, okay? And for me, the elephant in the room is this. If this were a conservative in Andrew Cuomo's same shoes, how would Andrew Cuomo respond? Oh, wait, we have a case of this same thing happening just about 2 or 3 years ago. Do you remember Brett Kavanaugh and the Senate confirmation hearings before he became Supreme Court Justice? Okay, that was Trump's appointee, and then it was a young lady by the name of Christine Blasey Ford that came out and said that Brett Kavanaugh had sexually assaulted her back in, I think, late high school, early college. The whole story was false. It wasn't real. It was a lie. All right. There was an investigation. It yielded a nothing burger. He had witnesses. Okay. A bunch of women came out there and supported him. Friends that he's known since he was like 18, 19. They signed a letter. They went on TV and said, Brett would never do anything like that. I know Brett. I love Brett. He would never do anything like that. Okay. Yet and still, what did Andrew Cuomo do? How did he treat him? Well, let's go to the screen right here. You see this headline right on NewYorkPost.com. Cuomo, now beset by Lindsey Boylan, claimed that was the first person that came out about the whole strip poker. Once insisted Kavanaugh take a lie detector test. Okay, so did he talk about, wait for the investigation to play out, wait for my side? No. He believed Christine Blasey Ford because that's the culture, right? That's the whole thing. You got to believe all women, right? Believe all women if they come forward and don't question them. Don't try to say maybe they're lying or let's figure out what the truth is. No. Believe all women, right? And as a matter of fact, it wasn't just that what I just showed you in the article. There's more here. Here's a whole statement he put out right when Kavanaugh got confirmed. Let's put it on the screen right quick and let's read along. Let me zoom in a little bit so you're able to see it clearly. All right. Now, this is on, what's this? Oh, here's the headline. Governor Andrew Cuomo, it's a sad day for this country following Kavanaugh confirmation. All right. This is October 7th, 2018. That's him right there. I'll put this particular article in the description box below. So it's not just me making it up. This is New York local news. So this ain't Breitbart or Fox. Nah, this is the actual news. This is real. Okay. Now, here's a quote. The confirmation of Judge Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court is a sad day for this country, and it will haunt us for as long as he is on the court. Why would it haunt you? Did he get convicted of anything? Did he get implicated in any kind of sexual harassment, sexual assault, or anything of the sort? There was an allegation, and then that was it. But let's continue. Today, 50 senators put partisan politics over the sanctity of the highest court in the nation. In November, the American people get to respond and make their voices heard. So you're talking about midterm elections back then, saying, hey, this was wrong. This was a sham. He is an assaulter or whatever. You should respond by voting conservatives out of office, right? But he continues, in New York, we will not waver and will not back down. To Dr. Christine Blasey Ford and all survivors of sexual assault, assuming that she was a survivor of sexual assault and assuming that Brett Kavanaugh did it. But anyway, we believe you and we will fight for you. The sham FBI investigation and the bigger sham, this confirmation process, have energized us to fight even harder for our shared vision for a better future for all. Oh, okay. Okay. So you said, Andrew Cuomo, wait for the investigation to play out, wait for the facts to come out. But when it happened with Brett Kavanaugh from the FBI level, oh, it's a sham and it's not real. Oh, okay. So how about what happens to you when you have an investigation and it yields back nothing or something? Are we going to believe it or not? Because you set the precedent, not believing the investigation. So how are you going to say, wait for the investigation when you don't believe in those? Right here in your statement, right here on the TV screen. But anyway, we will not wait for our rights to be taken away. Here in New York, I vowed to codify Roe v. Wade within the first 30 days of my next administration, strengthen our common sense gun safety laws, and continue our progress expanding access to quality, affordable health care. While extreme conservatives in Washington try to take this nation backward, New York will lead the way forward. All right. So Christian Gillibrand was talking about it, Cory Booker, Bill de Blasio, all these people. Oh, you know, she's a survivor of sexual assault and this is a dark day for America. All right. So when the shoe's on the other foot, then it's fine. I guess it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Andrew Cuomo was being sincere in his Bill Clinton, I did not have sexual relations speech? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or was he not being sincere? Was it a thing that the lawyer came at him and said, okay, you got to come out there and say this. You've been gone for a few days. Come out here, say this, satisfy the media, and then move on. If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. How do you feel about the hypocrisy? Talking about wait for the investigation, but what happened with Brett Kavanaugh, you did not believe the investigation. You wanted to dismiss the investigation, and you wanted to believe the accuser. Well, how about we do the same thing for you, Andrew Cuomo? See what's happening right now? Even if he's innocent, guilty, it's irrelevant. The cancel culture, the political nature of things, now Cuomo is becoming victim to, all right? Let's not forget about the whole nursing home scandal where thousands of senior citizens died, probably unnecessarily under Andrew Cuomo's watch. This is probably the Democratic Party throwing him away. It's like, look, man, you had this bad thing that happened up under your watch, and they're going to do an investigation, and it might pop back that you tried to hide the numbers and conceal numbers, and you lied to the federal government. Now they got the federales involved. So rather than having to defend you through all of that, we'll throw you away right now. The culture that Cuomo participated in breeding has now come back to bite him. This would be the fate of all Democrats in the end. I saw, what's her name? Anna from Young Turks getting harassed on Twitter by this guy calling her a racist for criticizing the administration because of the minimum wage kerfuffle, not following through. And she's like, well, why are we being called racist because of the minimum wage argument? You don't really get it. You put the energy out there to say that anytime anyone opposes a Democrat, they're racist. If they are a so-called person of color, they're racist. If they pretend to be a person of color, then they're racist. That's what it is. So you're getting that same energy back on you. It's the same thing. The left, they eat their own, especially when it's politically expedient, which is what the Democrats are known for doing. But whatever your thoughts are, Please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.